Hi there, I'm Christian Stanley. I'm MD at Crumpled Dog, and we specialise in web design, build, maintenance for the charity and not-for-profit sector, and we work with clients like Amnesty, the Independent Schools Council. Today I'm talking about our accessibility work for the Rhodes Trust, and I'd like to play you a quick video.
I do think people create more inclusive environments for people with disabilities in their work in the future because they've built these relationships during Rhodes. I think that Oxford is still a tough place for people with disabilities. But the Rhodes Scholarship has an amazing inclusive environment. If you come here, you will be accommodated, and there will be a community that loves you and that fights for you. And so I don't think your disability should ever deter you from applying for the Rhodes Scholarship.
So Rhodes is a wonderfully inclusive organisation, and it's incredibly important to them that their website reflects what you've just heard about in the physical space and about the community in that space. And so we've been working very hard with Rhodes to make this as good as it possibly can be. So what are the legal or moral obligations? Well, regardless of the legal obligations, and that means that any publicly funded organisation should be accessible online in September, i.e. now, we just need to remember that 1 in 5 people have some sort of long-term illness or impairment or disability that affects the way they interact online during their lives. And what about the lost engagement? In reality, a larger percentage of people may struggle to engage with your website for various reasons: motor issues, impaired sight, color blindness, deafness, some kind of learning disability. Have you ever tried to use a screen reader on your own site, I wonder? But the web, as Tim Berners-Lee said, is there for everyone, and access for everyone is very important regardless of any disability, and it's an essential aspect of the World Wide Web. And there are many ways to overcome these issues, centered mainly around carefully structured content, giving the ability to easily find out where you are on a website, navigate easily with or without a mouse or a pad. So it should be obvious when we look at a website if it's inclusive and accessible, shouldn't it? Well, no, actually. In reality, the difference between an accessible and a non-accessible site can be almost impossible to detect with the naked eye until you actually try to use the site with some form of impairment. So it's important to audit sites, and it's important to use the correct tools, both automated tools, and also to check things manually with people who understand how to do it. So what does it take to get a site accessible? Well, what it takes is a really good expert, an external expert of some kind, and a really willing internal champion or champions, people who are given time to fulfill that role. And luckily enough, we've had that with the Rhodes team. So when's an accessibility project finished? Well, never, as you might have guessed. If an editor forgets to tag a photo with a sensible descriptor, then this is going to need some kind of support as a minimum. So just take a look at our case study. I would encourage you to go to our expert hub, book a call with our expert, and we'll be very, very happy to help you. Thank you very much for listening.